The first sign wasn't lipstick on a collar or a strange perfume. It was the way my towels were folded. That sounds crazy, I know, but after 12 years of marriage, you learn the small fingerprints of a life. I fold towels in thirds, edges tucked, tags hidden. It's muscle memory. These were folded in hotel style, rolled tight, ends facing out. I stood in the hallway linen closet staring at them like they'd personally offended me. "Mark," I called. "Yeah," my husband answered from the kitchen. "Did you refold the towels?" A laugh. "I don't even unfold towels." True. He weaponized incompetence like a hobby. "Then why are they like this?" "Maybe the cleaner," he said. "Isn't that what we pay her for?" "Maybe. Except Rosa, our cleaner of 3 years, never touched the linen closet. That was always my territory. We'd even joked about it." I walked back to the kitchen slowly. Mark was making eggs, another anomaly. He didn't cook on weekdays. Ever. "You're domestic today," I said lightly. He smiled without turning around. "Trying to be better." "Better than what?" I kissed his shoulder and poured coffee. The counters were spotless, not Rosa's spotless, different spotless. Symmetrical. Styled. Fruit bowl rotated. Knife block reordered. Coffee pods lined by color. "Did Rosa come early?" I asked. "No, new girl," he said. "Rosa quit last month." "I told you." I froze mid-sip. "You didn't tell me." "Sure I did." He said it casually, too casually, like confidence could manufacture memory. "When?" I asked. "Couple weeks ago." "No," I said quietly. "You didn't." He turned then, smile still on but thinner. "Okay," he shrugged. "Must have slipped." Rosa quitting would not slip. She came every Tuesday for 3 years. She brought us tamales at Christmas. She cried when our dog died. People like that don't slip. "What's the new cleaner's name?" I asked. "Lena," he said. "Great energy. Very thorough." Energy. Strange word choice for sanitation. My phone buzzed. Work email. Meeting reminder. Morning pulling me forward before suspicion could root. "Have her text me," I said, grabbing my bag. "I want to align schedules." "Already handled," he replied quickly. "I manage it." Of course he did. Control hides inside helpfulness. At work, I couldn't focus. Not because I suspected an affair, not yet, but because the house felt rearranged. Not physically, atmospherically. Like walking into a staged version of your own life. At 10:14 a.m., my doorbell camera pinged. Motion, front door. I opened the app. A woman stood on my porch, mid-30s, neat ponytail, cleaning tote, confident posture. She unlocked the door with a code and walked in like she belonged there. No hesitation. No checking notes. Fluency. I frowned. We never gave cleaners alarm codes. They used the garage entry I opened remotely. I scrubbed back the footage. Mark had given it to her yesterday evening. I saw it now, him standing close, pointing at the keypad, smiling. Close. Too close for first day vendor training. I turned on interior camera, kitchen view. She set down supplies, then opened cabinets without searching, correct ones, mugs, trash bags, under sink caddy. Pre-mapped. How many walk-throughs? I murmured. My phone buzzed. Text from Mark. "Mark, cleaner there, don't freak at the deep reorg. She's next level." Next level. I typed. Me. Why does she have the alarm code? 3 dots. Gone. Back. Mark, efficiency. Not an answer, a label. I kept watching. Lena apparently cleaned with precision, but not like a contractor, like a resident. She hummed softly, opened the fridge, checked dates, threw things out without hesitation. Not asking. Deciding. That's when she did it. She took our wedding photo off the fridge, the candid one with cake on Mark's nose, smiled at it, and set it face down on the counter. My stomach tightened. "Okay," I whispered. "That's not cleaning. That's editing." I zoomed in. She replaced it with a different photo from the side magnet clip, one of Mark at a charity run alone. I screenshotted. Evidence before emotion. At 11:02, Mark walked into frame. He was supposed to be at work. He came up behind her, said something I couldn't hear, and she laughed, leaned back. Comfortable, familiar. Not surprised. He handed her a mug, our mugs, the anniversary set. They stood there talking like people who didn't need distance. I turned volume on. She won't notice, Mark said. Notice what? Lena answered. She notices everything. They both laughed. I stopped breathing for about 3 seconds. Because that sentence wasn't about dust. I replayed the clip 3 times. Not to confirm what I heard, to study how they stood. Distance tells truth faster than words. Too close for employer and contractor. Too relaxed for new. No politeness buffer. No body angle gap. Their shoulders aligned like a practiced formation. I clipped the video and saved it under a new folder. Home, Tuesday. My phone buzzed. Mark. Back-to-back meetings, phone spotty. Live feed showed him leaning against my kitchen counter, sipping from my anniversary mug while watching the cleaner reorganize my spice rack. Spotty, apparently, meant inside my house. I typed nothing. Silence collects better data than confrontation. I switched to the hallway camera. She moved with certainty. Not searching, selecting. Guest towels replaced. Soap dispenser swapped. Decorative tray rotated to the company angle, the one I only used for holidays. Not cleaning. Staging. At 11:26, she walked into the bedroom. I leaned forward instinctively. Mark followed 2 minutes later. Door closed. Camera angle didn't show inside. We never put cameras in private rooms, but timestamps matter more than images sometimes. Entry, 11:26 second entry, 11:28 exit. Pending. I checked my calendar. Mark had declined a client call at 11:15. In transit. Transit to my bedroom, apparently. My chest hurt now, not panic, pressure like truth needed more space than my ribs allowed. I called Maya. She answered with, "Voice sounds tight, go." "Cleaner," I said. "New one. Too familiar." He gave her the code. "They're in my bedroom right now." Pause, processing, then calm. Proof. Video proximity. Audio implication. Timeline overlap. "Good," she said. "Good." I echoed. "Good you looked before you asked." I almost smiled. What do I do? Keep recording. Do not interrupt pattern. I want to drive home. Not yet. Why? Because surprise ends behavior, and behavior is evidence. I hated that she was right. At 11:41, the bedroom door opened. Lena came out first, hair slightly different, not messy, adjusted. Mark came out 30 seconds later, shirt retucked, performance reset. Sequence tell story. He checked his phone, typed. Mine buzzed instantly. Mark, miss you today. I laughed out loud in my closed office. Impressive, Maya said dryly through the speaker. Do I respond? Yes, neutral. Keep channel open. Me? Busy, talk later. He replied with a heart. Performance, layer reapplied. On camera, Lena walked to the fridge, pulled out leftover pasta, microwaved it, ate from a bowl, sitting at my island, scrolling her phone like a resident on lunch break. Not a contractor clocking hours. Does your cleaner eat your food? Maya asked. No. Add that to file. Added. At 12:03, something else changed. She opened the mail stack. Not dusting it, reading it. Sorted into 3 piles, bills, ads, personal, and put the personal stack in a ceramic tray on the console table. Mark's drop zone, not mine. Territory mapping. She's not cleaning, Maya said quietly. She's integrating. That word landed hard. Integrating. Replacing systems requires access. Replacing people requires habits. At 12:18, Mark left through the garage. At 12:22, Lena locked up, alarm armed, code entered, flew in again, and walked to a gray sedan already parked in our driveway. He told me cleaners weren't allowed to park there. Rules are for roles, not for favorites. I screenshot the plate. My phone buzzed again, unknown number this time. Text. You're not crazy. I stared at it. Who is this? I typed. Previous client, came the reply. She doesn't just clean houses. My pulse kicked. Explain. Photo arrived. Lena, same woman, different house. arm around a man in a kitchen. Too close, same posture, same smile. Timestamp, 6 months ago. Caption, he moved out 2 weeks later. I whispered, oh wow. Maya heard it. What? I forwarded the image. Pattern, Maya said instantly. She's not replacing mess. She's replacing wives. My stomach turned, but my mind sharpened. Next step? I asked. Background, Maya said. Full. I opened my laptop and started digging. Cleaning service website, Lena not listed. License lookup, no registration. Business name, dissolved last year. Independent operator. No reviews. No trail. Which means referrals only. Which means personal networks. Which means Mark. At 1:07 p.m., my email pinged. Calendar invite from Mark. Dinner, just us, tonight, important. Importance always arrives after exposure windows. I accepted. Because now, I wanted him talking. By the time I got home, the house looked perfect. Not lived in perfect. Photographed perfect. Couch pillows angled. Throw blanket folded in thirds. Candles centered on trays like a catalog shoot. Even the air smelled different. Not roses, citrus cleaner, something warmer, like vanilla and cedar. Scent is territorial. I stood just inside the door and let my eyes skin slowly, not as a homeowner, as an auditor. Shoes aligned on the mat, mine paired, Mark squared, toes forward. Not how he kicks them off. Mail tray reorganized, his pile on top. Replacing systems, I thought. Not cleaning, curating. Mark. I called. In here. He answered. Living room. Relaxed voice. He sat on the couch with his laptop open but not typing, waiting posture. Hey, he smiled. You made it home early. I shifted a meeting, I said. Wanted to see the next level clean. He grinned. Right? She's incredible. Incredible. You are here, I added lightly. He didn't blink. Briefly. Grabbed a file. From the bedroom? Yes. How'd you know she was in there? He hesitated, micro, but real. Lucky guess, he said. I nodded like that made sense. Liars rely on politeness gaps, the places people don't press. I pressed. She eats client food? I asked. What? She microwaved our pasta. He laughed. I told her she could. Hospitality. You've never offered that to any cleaner. She's different. There it was again. Different is intimacy language. I walked to the fridge. Opened it. Inventory check. Leftovers gone. Containers washed. Shelf relabeled with chalk marker tabs. Eat first, prep snacks. I turned slowly. Did she label my refrigerator? Helpful, right? Helpful replaces authority quietly. My phone buzzed, Maya. I answered on speaker, without asking. Run plate, she said. Gray sedan registered to Lena Ward, and, interesting, co-registered address matches your zip code. I looked at Mark. He looked at me. Same zip, Maya continued. 2 streets over. I smiled slowly. Our cleaner is basically a neighbor. Mark forced a chuckle. Small world. Yes, I said. Very. Dinner at 7, he said quickly. We should get ready. Topic pivot, defensive. Where? I asked. New place. Quiet. Of course. Privacy restaurants are confession resistant. Perfect, I said. I dressed deliberately neutral, not anniversary pretty, not casual, controlled. People reveal more when they can't read your emotional temperature. In the car, he reached for my hand twice. I let him. Baseline behavior matters. You've been distant today, he said. Observing, I replied. Observing what? Upgrades. He laughed uncertainly. You're mysterious tonight. You're exposed tonight, I thought. The restaurant was dim and underbooked, exactly his style for important talks. He ordered wine without asking, another control tell. I've been thinking, he began, fingers steepled, presentation posture. We should simplify our life. Define simplify, I said. Less stress. More support systems. Such as? Outsourcing more. We already outsource cleaning. Yes, but maybe more. More what? He hesitated, measuring. Home management help, he said. I held eye contact. You mean her? Lena is very capable. And very available, I added. He smiled, didn't catch the edge. Exactly. Are you hiring her full-time? I asked. Possibly. For cleaning and organization, scheduling, household flow. Wife-adjacent job description. Does the role include using our alarm code, reading our mail, and removing my photos? I asked calmly. His wine glass stopped halfway up. She didn't remove your photos. She turned one face down. How would you know that? Beat. I smiled. Because I notice everything. Same words he laughed at earlier. Recognition flashed, then defense. You're overinterpreting, he said. Am I? Yes. Then answer directly. I am. Why is she registered 2 streets from us? He blinked. I didn't know that. Truth probability, low. Why were you home at 11:30? I asked. Meeting canceled. Why did you text me you were in meetings? Signal was bad. Inside our kitchen? His jaw tightened. Are you spying on me? Deflection. Classic. Accused to reposition. I'm verifying patterns, I said. With cameras? Yes. Silence stretched. Heavy revealing. Then he said it soft, almost impressed. You've gotten sharper. I had to, I replied. For what? For the replacement plan. He laughed too loud. No one is replacing you. Then define her role without using wife tasks. He opened his mouth, closed it, ordered another drink instead. Delay is confession's cousin. My phone buzzed under the table, unknown sender again. Message. Check your guest room closet shelf. I didn't react outwardly, but something inside me clicked into place. Because Lena had reorganized that closet today. And cleaners don't add items. They discover them. I didn't check the guest room closet that night. Impulse ruins clean evidence. Instead, I finished dinner like a person who wasn't dismantling her marriage internally. Steady bites, neutral tone. Eye contact measured. Mark relaxed again by dessert, the way guilty people do when they think a wave passed. You feel better now? He asked. Clearer, I said, which was true, just not comforting. At home, he fell asleep fast. Performance is exhausting, and I lay awake counting ceiling fan rotations until his breathing settled into deep rhythm. 1:12 a.m. I got up. No lights. No noise. Memory map navigation. The guest room smelled faintly of the same vanilla cedar scent from earlier. Territorial scent again. Subtle. Repeated. Closet door open. Top shelf, labeled boxes, holiday, cables, guest linens, new handwriting, not mine. I pulled down the linen box. Under the folded sheets sat a slim gray binder. Not dusty. Not old. Placed, not stored. Inside. Printed appliance manuals, staged, cover layer. Under them, documents. I sat on the bed and opened the stack. Cleaning service agreement, not with a company, with Lena Ward, Household Transition Services. Transition. Fee schedule attached. Tier 1. Deep Clean Tier 2. Organizational Reset Tier 3. Domestic Integration Support. Integration again. My throat tightened. Next page, signed authorization. Client. Mark Ellison. Scope notes. Prepare environment for lifestyle restructuring. Gradual substitution protocols approved. I actually whispered. What? Substitution. Protocols. This wasn't an affair invoice. This was a plan. Behind it, printed emails. From Mark. To Lena. Subject. Phase timing. Claire observant. Proceed slower in personal zones. Replace systems before objects. Comfort familiarity before confrontation. My hands went cold, not from heartbreak, from precision. This was operational. Next page, checklist. Unchecked items at bottom. Closet space merge, photo rotations, kitchen roll shift, overnight normalization. Normalization. I photographed every page. Every angle. Every signature. Evidence beats adrenaline. Floorboard creak outside the room. I closed the binder silently, slid it back exactly, returned linens, matched fold direction, exited. Mark's still asleep. Controllers sleep well when plans feel hidden. I didn't sleep again. Morning came with artificial normalcy. Coffee machine hum. News radio low. Sunlight indifferent. Mark kissed my cheek. Big day, might be late. Of course, I said. He left at 8:11. At 8:13, I called Maya. She listened without interrupting, a skill she charges clients for, then said, "This is not just infidelity. I know. This is behavioral replacement planning. I know. Which means motive is asset transfer, not romance. Meaning, life swap. Housing, routine, legal positioning." My stomach dropped a level deeper. Next up, I asked. "Control the battlefield," she said. "Home turf. Cameras expanded. Locks unchanged for now. For now. We want him walking into consequence, not suspicion." Doorbell pinged. "Front camera, Lena. Not scheduled." I answered through speaker. "Yes." "Morning," she smiled. "Mark asked me to stop by. Pantry measurement." "Come in," I said, voice warm, heart steel. She entered smoothly, confidence intact, but her eyes scanned, checking, calibrating. "Coffee?" I offered. "Sure," she said, resident comfort again. I handed her a mug, not the anniversary set, different one, signal shift. "I found her binder," I said casually. She didn't flinch. "Professionals don't." "Good," she replied. "Transparency phase." I almost admired the composure. "Define substitution protocol," I asked. "Household support during marital transition," she said evenly. "Transition to what?" "New domestic structure." "Meaning you." "Meaning whoever the client selects." "Language shield." "Dear client spouses usually know?" I asked. "Usually," she said. "Lies small, contained, measurable." I leaned on the counter. "You replaced my refrigerator system." "Yes." "My mail routing." "Yes." "My towel folding." She smiled slightly. "Details matter." "Yes," I agreed. "They convict." That word landed. She set her mug down carefully. "I don't compete with wives," she said. "You invoice them," I replied. Silence. Then she said something unexpected. "You're ahead of schedule." My pulse kicked. "What schedule?" "Awareness schedule." She picked up her tote. "Tell Mark we need to accelerate," she added and walked out. Not defensive. Not apologetic. Operational. My phone buzzed, Maya. "I ran her business name deeper," she said. "It used to be called Second Start Domestic Consulting." I exhaled slowly. "Rebranding," Maya added. "After 2 civil suits." "Outcome?" I asked. "Settled." Quietly. "Of course. Because replacement is profitable when victims feel embarrassed." I opened my evidence folder. Now thick, structured, undeniable. "Tonight," I said. "What tonight?" Maya asked. "Substitution protocol fails." "How?" "By removing the client." I heard her smile through the phone. "Good," she said. "I'll draft the papers." I didn't change the locks. That was the first thing Maya told me not to do. "When you lock someone out," she said, "you warn them. When you let them walk in, you document them." So, I prepared the house instead. Every common room camera active. Backup audio recorders placed where decor normally sat. My important documents already removed that afternoon. Passport, titles, backup drives, all in Maya's office safe. By 6:40 p.m., the stage was set. At 6:52, Mark texted. "Mark, running late. Don't wait for dinner." Of course he was. Replacement plans always run behind schedule. At 7:03, the garage door opened. He entered carrying grocery bags, unusual, performative, probably trying to show domestic investment. "Hey," he called. "You home?" "Kitchen," I answered. He walked in smiling, stopped when he saw the dining table. Not set for dinner. Set for review. Binder copies. Printed emails. Checklist. Contract. All laid flat like exhibits. Performance smile died instantly. What is this? He asked. Your project plan, I said. He didn't touch the papers. Smart. Fingerprints matter. You went through my things, he said. Accusation reflex. You went through my marriage, I replied. Footsteps at the back door. Lena, right on cue. She let herself in with the code. She stopped when she saw the table. Assessment mode engaged. No, Mark said under his breath. Not like this. Like what? I asked calmly. Transparent. This is private, he snapped. Not when it's operational. Lena stepped closer, controlled, measured. We can discuss this professionally, she said. We will, I replied. Recording is on. Both their eyes flicked, sealing corners, camera awareness. Too late. Mark shifted tactics, soft voice now. Claire, you're misunderstanding scope. Read line 3, I said, tapping the page. Gradual substitution protocols approved. Define that for the recording. He stayed silent. Silence counts. Lena answered instead. It means phased domestic responsibility transfer. From wife to contractor, I said. From one household lead to another, she corrected. Language laundering. Did you plan co-residence? I asked Mark. He hesitated, fatal delay. Yes, Lena answered for him. He shot her a look. Betrayed partners hate unscripted truth. Timeline, I asked. 80 to 90 days, she said. Checklist memory flashed. Overnight normalization unchecked. Not yet. Were you going to tell me? I asked him. Yes, he said automatically. When? No answer. That sentence never survives daylight. Again. Front door opened. Maya walked in with a uniformed civil process server. Paper beats drama. Mark Ellison? The server asked. Mark turned slowly. You've been served. Petition for divorce. Asset protection motion. Temporary residence order. Removing him from the property pending hearing. Filed under financial and domestic fraud grounds. His face emptied. You can't be serious, he said. I am structured, Maya replied. He looked at Lena, anchor attempt. She didn't step closer. Contractors don't hug liabilities. You said we had time, he told her quietly. We had phases, she answered. You accelerated emotionally. Even now, she graded him like a project. Do you charge extra for marriage replacement? Maya asked her mildly. Objection. Tone. Lena replied automatically, then realized where she was. Not a courtroom. A kitchen. Not her script. The process server continued. You are ordered not to modify access codes, remove property, or occupy the premises after tonight without court approval. Control removed. Operationally. Mark looked at me. Last emotional lever. After everything I built for us. I raised a hand. You built a handoff. He had nothing better to say. He packed a bag under supervision. Clothes only, no documents. No devices beyond his phone, which Maya photographed before he left. Lena stood by the door, still composed, but no longer centered. Your contract is terminated, I told her. She nodded once. Understood. No substitution, I added. No client, she replied, and that was the closest thing to apology she had. They left separately. Important detail. Controllers exit alone. 3 months later, the court order held. Her business license was suspended pending investigation into deceptive domestic contracting practices. Turns out, patterns leave trails when someone finally keeps receipts. Mark requested mediation twice. I declined twice. Not from anger, from clarity. Rosa, our original cleaner, came back on Tuesdays. We cried in the kitchen and folded towels my way. Thirds, tags hidden, systems restored. One evening, Maya asked, what tipped you first? The towels, I said. She laughed. Then saw I was serious. Replacement always starts small, I added. Because here's the truth no one puts in vows. Affairs try to steal hearts, but replacement plans try to steal lives. And if you pay attention, the towels tell you first.